Vin.
I'm sorry.
Okay. This is Stand Up and Fight by the band TURISAS. TURISAS. Stand and Fight. This is for the Extreme Underground, who currently does not have a unique intro, so you guys are just getting the regular intro. Tell them about the alliances.
So, the alliances group together. They are actually on Patreon. That's how you get to them. And then from there, you get a private link to Discord, and that's where you meet all the alliances. And whatever type of music that you're into, that genre, you join that group. And you guys work together to influence our song list. So that's one way of getting a song reaction. Another way of getting a song reaction is to also, they actually have different things on Discord that they do. I know they do different types of games and stuff too. But there's also another way. It's the 125 tier if you're interested in that, where you just want to just get your song on the list. You don't want to work with a team. And that's either on PayPal or Patreon, whichever one you choose. And after you do it with us 3 times, then you get put on the $75 tier for your song.
Dear listener.
So even if it's like a year from the last time you did one of your 3, you're still good.
Okay, so having said that, we are about to jump into this song. Stand Up and Fight. Can you get the lyrics?
Got 'em.
Get the lyrics up. I'm going to get
them.
the lyrics up myself because I don't want to sit there and wait for you because you always have some problem.
I already have mine.
Was it Stand Up and Fight?
Yes, stand up and fight.
All right, let's see what these guys have, shall we?
The pouring rain sticks my head to my face. An empty gate is all I have left. The stars that once led my way have dimmed, the sky turned grey. The path once so clear faded away. Blessed are the days when life is intent and clear. No falter or doubt, I know the way. There are the days I hope I had never stepped on this road. The spark I once had seems to have died. Stand up and fight. Stand up and look into the light. Pushing the clouds away. Stand up and fight. Stand up and see the sky turn bright. Fight for a better day.
go. That's some encouraging shit.
You know
Holy
what?
moly.
I know that this was. It looks like it was like Vikings type stuff or whatever,
Stand up
and
and
it's like
fight.
about their like not like for them to stand up and fight for their like people and stuff. But this song could double for a song for people who just feel like beat down and discouraged and suicidal.
Where are
and,
you getting the Viking stuff from?
Well, just the video. Like, well, I couldn't really see the video. It was very tiny.
It looked like Mad Max.
Yeah, but
There's a Viking at the top.
yeah.
So that might be what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
But you know what
go
I mean?
ahead.
Like, the pouring rain sticks my hair to my face. An empty gaze is all that I have left. The stars that once led my way have dimmed. The sky turned gray. The path once so clear faded away. And I think that sometimes, like, again, I don't think this is what the song is about, but, like, what I got from it was, you know, sometimes life has a way of changing you and dimming your eyes, and that brightness that you had when you were a kid, it doesn't feel like it's so much there anymore. And then there's different circumstances and stuff that could make it, you know, people come to the brink of suicide lots of times. Blessed are the days when life is intent and clear, no falter or doubt. I know the way. They are the days I hope that I never stepped on this road. The spark I once had seems to have died. But then it's stand up and fight. Stand up and look into the light, pushing the clouds away. Like, just stand up and fight. You know, see the sky turn bright. I like all that. Like, fight for a better day. Like, I don't know. What a relief it would be to end this all. How easy to fly the white flag and give up. But would I run today just to die another day? Give up now and every fight has been in vain. Like, I just liked the energy and the idea of standing up and fight instead of letting, like, life just take you, but you take life. And I like that. I like that idea.
That there's this clip of Israel Adesanya. Shout out to the homie. He lost yesterday. It's all right. He'll be back. And he was talking about one of the best moments of his life. And he had just lost round 4 to this guy, Gattelum. And the guy got some really good shots on him. And right before round 5 starts, he says, you can see him. He said, "You can't beat me. I'm prepared to die."
Wow.
He said that was one of the best moments in his life.
Okay.
And I agree. Like, there have been a couple moments. Well, there are some moments when I was like preparing myself to die that were not the best moments in my life. But there are some moments where it's like you're pushed to the brink, and you're like, okay, well, me and you, we're gonna die right here. And it's one of the best feelings in the world. It's one of the best feelings in the world. Like, when you're pushed to your limit and you jump over. I call it jumping over a fence. It's weird. Like, that's what happened in my mind. And you don't get those moments a lot in life. You get them like.
Depends on who you are.
No, you really.
I feel like some people never get those,
Right.
where they think they're gonna die.
Well, yeah. There's some people that most people I don't think ever really have that experience, especially in the Western world. But they're like, it's only happened to me twice in my entire life, and those were people would say, "Oh my God, this was a terrible," but like it was one of the best. It's you feel you're closer to God. You're in tune with yourself. Your body, your soul, your spirit is completely aligned, and like you're willing to do. You're willing to go that extra place that you did not think you had, and it's an amazing. And then when you get out of it, you come out on the other side, like it's you find yourself like going back to that moment of absolute misery and whatever and like, you know, missing it because it's, but at the same time, like if you could go back to it, it wouldn't be that kind of a
You know
moment.
how they say, like, you feel more alive than ever before, like when you're right on the brink? Would you say that's true, or?
No, because I've been in situations where I was like, shit, I'm gonna die, and I did not feel like alive. Like I felt like I'm about to die. I did not feel. I had friends that were in the exact same situation. They described it that way, like, oh, you know, and they enjoyed that shit. I did not enjoy that shit. But like when you're pushing yourself and you're like, I am going to like, we're either gonna complete this thing or I'm gonna die, but one or the other, I'm not gonna quit. That is what gets me. The fear and the thrill stuff, like we used to call these guys are like literally we used to call them drug addicts because it's a drug. Like adrenaline is a drug.
Adrenaline junkies.
Yeah, those people are like, those people get you killed. Like people that like enjoy that shit will get you killed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
they're
trying to replicate that rush, and you only get that rush when, you know, like you're gonna die, and it's not good to be in situation. Like a lot of people think it's like tough guy shit and all the rest of it. Like it's not good to be in that situation. That means you didn't do a very good job at what you were supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So all that like glorification shit, like people that know what they're doing, like they're not glorifying death. Like that's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And people like that, like will get you killed. But what I'm talking about is like the working and the grinding and the odds are against you. Like I love that shit. I love it. Mm-hmm. It's just hard, like, you know, it's just not something that you're gonna be able to replicate in the you know,
in the regular world,
in the real world. This is the real world. The other shit is you know, but anyway. But yeah, that clip from Adesanya, man, he's like, you can't beat me. I'm prepared to die. Like, but I love songs like this, man. Like, cause I like it when people, cause I think there's a risk that people be like, oh, that's too preachy or that's corny or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Cause
yeah.
Sometimes you know how people are, especially in the metal world, if a message is too positive, people, you know, they get all weird and shit. Like, oh, that's true.
You can be like that too, not just the metal world. You'll be like, that was preachy.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I'm like,
I
like preachy.
Well, yeah, but you came from that environment. Like you came from a preachy, you know, like corny. Yeah. Like you guys grew up like with the corny, like,
yeah,
you know, little phrases and shit. Like I didn't come up with that shit. So like you know, and you know what? Maybe
they used to say.
Maybe I
when your friends say that they're going to hell so they can party, tell them the party's been canceled due to the fire.
What? The party's been canceled? What?
Due to the fire.
Tell you
That's a good one. That's gonna get the atheists in. Come on.
Like, holy shit! I need to become a Christian now. Party's canceled because of the fire. You know what?
What?
I'm sure like 8 kids in all of history got saved on that bullshit. You never know, man. Shout out to youth group. Holy shit.
That was actually my college teacher that said that one. The youth group.
I was just about to say, like, there was a reason that God kept me out of most of these people's youth groups. That was your college niggas saying that shit in college, bro. Holy shit. All right, maybe some weird, bro. Weird. All right, shout out to college. But I think it's important, like when he says the pouring rain sticks to my hair and my face, like, you know, being in bad conditions.
Yep.
And defeating the elements. It's a beautiful feeling, man.
Yeah.
It's a really, really.
Well, it was like on
feeling.
Rocky when like the other guy, the Russian, was like training against the machines.
Yeah.
And then Rocky's like running through the snowbanks and pulling those.
Yeah,
yes!
breaking wood and shit, and then the Russian dude's taking all the steroids and shit. But you know, Jordan Peterson was talking about, like, you know, like. You know, being able to overcome difficulty is the things that we celebrate universally. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's
survivor.
And standing and fighting is not necessarily about being a UFC fighter or
Mm-hmm.
being on some horrible assignment in some horrible country. Like,
That's what I said. This is like a song for every day. Like when you feel.
it can be about literally about putting the left foot on the ground and the right footing on the ground and repeating process until you get to the bathroom to take a fucking shower.
Yep.
Because unless you've dealt with
Or Jordan says, make your bed. Just make your bed.
Right. That's what, like, when people were mocking Jordan Peterson, you know, at 12 Rules for Life, and the first rule was make your bed. People were mocking, all these people were laughing. I'm like, okay, these are a bunch of people who've never understood what it's like to be under severe depression. Because that task, I've done some incredible shit in my life. But I'll tell you, as far as, like, mental, like, I've got to harness all my powers. I promise you, I've done some physically incredible things in my life. But when I was 18 years old and I was like in the throes of my severe depression, that was my greatest feat, was getting to the fucking bathroom to take a shower. And that was after 3 days. Like, my mom understood that I was out. Like, it was school year and all the rest of it. Like, she knew what was going on with me. She knew I was, if I didn't have my mother, man, holy shit, that would have been it for me, bro. I promise you. And so, like, when Peterson came out, and, you know, obviously by God's grace, like, I'm not in that situation anymore, like, and I've grown and learned how to handle it, you know, the depression and things like that. But at the time, like, it was so when I saw that book, I'm like, if my mom would have had that book for me, it would have had a very positive impact on my life. Because, like, some of it was not having your dad around. Yeah, you know, like, you're becoming a young man. You're looking into the future. And I didn't have any guidance as far as, like, what a man could tell me to do. It was hard. And Peterson functions like a surrogate father to a lot of these guys. And people that don't get it, it's like, fine, you don't get it, but don't mock it. Like, these kids, people are getting something that's helping them. You know? And that's one of the reasons why I believe God has afflicted Mr. Peterson in the way that he is.
So he can help more people. Yeah, I think that you're right. It's sad, you know.
And, you know, he
was talking about the pain that he was in every day. I'm like,
let me tell you something.
Gosh.
Let me tell you something. You know, Peter sent me the video. And, you know, when you look at Peterson before, when he talk about God, he'd play these, like, philosophical games and things like that. And, it's archetypical, this, blah, blah, blah. But when you're in the shit...
I know. He got emotional about it.
Yeah, shit it gets real. It gets real. And you stop playing games.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, you don't play games with God when you're in those types of situations. Like, when you're all comfortable and shit, and you're a rock star, and you are like this national sensation, everybody loves you and shit. And even the people that hate you, that's an adrenaline rush. I mean, it's an adrenaline rush for me when people hate you. Like... But when you're in the real, he almost lost his wife. All this.
Yeah,
he was in the drug dependency, all this other shit. And by God's grace, subhanallah, like, God brought him out of it, inshallah. Yeah. And, like, now, can you imagine Jordan Peterson, like, a real deep understanding of suffering and Christ and how that works, and then you marshaling his powers, like I definitely see God doing crazy things with that, you know. But, like,
absolutely.
You it's that resist, and then, of course, when you think about, like, if Hoffman is right, I keep going back to this, and consciousness is fundamental, then basically the physical world is there for conscious agents to have some sort of interaction with each other, because if there was no physical world and everything was non-corporeal, then we would not be able to engage each other in situations. So these icons function as... I'm still developing the thought process, because Hoffman has all these things without God in his head. I've got it all with God in my head. So it's like, what is the physical world? Why is it important? All the rest of it. And it's like when people get into bad situations, there's not enough people telling them to get up. You know, like, our culture right now is so, like, bifurcated and like everybody's at war with each other so much that, like, when somebody's hurt, there's two responses. One response is, "Oh my God, you need a safe space. We need to freaking, we need to surround you with safety and rescue you from your horrible situation." Or you got other people going, man, get over it, suck it up, move on. You know, and there's not like that middle voice that says, holy shit.
Yeah.
You just got shot by life. Some of you got shot by life, man. And some of you, you know, like I was telling Dorian, like, my job as a parent is to be your corner man. Because life is a war, life is a fight. So the guy in your corner is the one that gives you, you know, that gives you the instruction, like, hey, you're doing this too much, or, you know, use more combinations or whatever when you go back into the fight. You know what else your corner does? When you're getting really, really fucked up and you're about to injure yourself, your corner man will throw in the towel and make it so, and will tell you, stay down. And you know what? Sometimes you need to stay down. Some of y'all are carrying shit that you shouldn't be carrying, and you need to relax and you need to stay down. And it doesn't mean you're quitting. It means that you're going to live to fight another day. You can stand up and be a hero and get yourself concussed and get yourself Alzheimer's disease and get put on the shelf. Or you can say, you know what? This isn't my fight. Sometimes it's not your fight. And it's okay to stay down. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay for people to be hurt. And then you go back to the gym and you stand up and fight. Like there's got to be more positivity that's injected into the zeitgeist, because there's a lot of and look, some of this shit we need to look at straight in the face, right? We just bombed, we just killed 22 people. Supposedly, all of them are combatants and none of them civilians. Okay, I don't know how many of us believes that. But, like, we definitely should be aware of what's going on in the world, but sometimes people need to plug out. You know, like, that was, like, one of the biggest things that I learned. Like, we were in a situation where, like, I could not unplug from a group of people. Like, I couldn't do it. Like, I would say, like, yo, don't talk to me. And it wasn't like, don't talk to me. It was like, yo, please don't talk to me. I would say, please.
Yeah.
And I couldn't make it to my house before I had messages. You know what I'm saying? And where people thought that they were an exception. It's like, no, you were not an exception. I need a break. I couldn't get a break. And I'm so grateful to God that I'm out of that situation. But now I'm in a situation here where it's like, it's so great because you can phase in and phase out. And it's cool, man. Like, and the other thing is, I love so much the Village because we have so many people that are there for us too, you know, like that whole situation with the kids and that, like it happened during a live stream and things like that. And so there's a lot more reciprocity, people checking in on you, Jay calling, hey man, you good, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's important stuff. We had, you know, Pastor or Muppets in the live stream. I'm just thinking about all the shit that people,
oh my gosh,
people have been going through, you know? So I'm very, 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 like, I really enjoy the song, and I'm very happy for the song, and I'm happy that, you know, we got people, and people are in good shape. You know, you just have to know when it's not your fight and when to get back into it. You know, and so sometimes the best way to stand and fight is to say, okay, this is not my round. And that's the best way to do it. Because in that situation, you're fighting your ego. And sometimes your ego needs to lose. Sometimes your enemy needs to lose. Sometimes your ego needs to lose. Either way, you win. Right?
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way it's got to be. Like, you learn that a lot with your ego. You know? And you got to sacrifice it. And then you get greater wins out of it.
Sometimes.
Me, I do. What do you give the song?
9.6.
Stand up and fight. This is gonna be one of those songs that are like at like 4:30 or 5 when like this you know, sky's changing. That hateful moment when the freaking sky's changing. That's gonna be my head. Stand up and fight. In which case I'm not. I'm just gonna
go to bed.
Go to bed. Take more chaga. Drink more chaga. That's the moral of the story, bitches. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.
Villagers, the NCAA college basketball tournament is right around the corner. We're doing a March Madness contest for our village to raise funds for other villagers in need. It only costs $1 to participate, and you'll have the option, if you want to donate a little extra. The way it works is you go to ESPN.com and fill out a bracket with the teams that you think are likely to win each game. Whoever wins our contest will get to pick a song for Vin and Sori to react to. So that song you've always wanted them to do, you can now get it done for as little as $1 if you win the contest. There will be a link in the description to this website website that will take you to a PayPal site. From there, you make your donation and you'll get an email back with instructions on where to join the group and the password so that you can join. Now, if you're asking, I'm not a big college basketball junkie, I don't know what's going to happen, that's okay. There's all kinds of information on the website that will show you what the experts are predicting, statistics on each team, and even trends as far as what everybody else is voting on. So you'll fill out your bracket. You can start doing that on March 14th, and you'll have until the games begin on the 19th to complete your bracket. You can join the group at any time, but those are the days that you can actually fill your bracket out. If you have any questions, send those to Vin and Sori March Madness at gmail.com, and I look forward to seeing you guys there.